All right, good morning. This is a recap video for the Sundown Town series. I'm going to recap some of the towns that we went over, and then also I want to read from the site that I've been getting this from tougaloouniversity.edu site that I told you guys about that I will post in the next or in this video's caption and stuff. I want to read insert from the site so you guys can know that not everything I say is factual, okay? I want to have this discussion so we can get these sites recognized, get this site recognized, one, and for two, also know what is and what is not a sundown town, okay? So here we go. A sundown town is not just a place where something racist happened. It is an entire community or even county that for decades was all white on purpose. All white, well, it said all white in quotations, all white in quotes, because some towns allowed one black family to remain when they drove out the rest. Also, institutionalized persons in prisons, hospitals, colleges, etc., live in servants in white households, and black or interracial children in white households do not violate the taboo. On purpose does not require a formal ordinance. If, for example, a black family tried to move in, encountered considerable hostility, and left, that would qualify the town as Sundown Town. Note that some sundown towns kept out Chinese Americans, Jews, Mexican Americans, Native Americans, and even Mormons. And obviously, probably even more. It all varies. Not all towns are thoroughly confirmed. They're not confirmed. Look over the information provided, which if you want to, I give you guys the site all the time. If you want, you can look at the information yourself. I'm just listing the town so that way we can start having this discussion on what is and isn't a town, isn't a sundown town. You can look at the information provided and come to your own conclusion. Some towns are not and never were sundown towns, but are listed for other reasons. And of course, a town may have been a sundown town once, but now is not. Ferguson, Missouri, for example, was a sundown town between 1940 and 1960. By 2014, when racial conflict famously erupted there, it was 67% black. So it was certainly no longer a sundown town. However, like some recovering sundown towns, it still displayed second-generation sundown town problems. In this case, an overwhelmingly white police force that still engaged in DWB. DWB policing, which is driving while black. Okay? And, it goes on to say how you can confirm a sundown town, and you can come to this site and say if you're with evidence, preferably, whether is a sundown town or not. If you know of a sundown town that has gotten over its past, you can come to this site and say with specific data and evidence and stuff like that. So I just wanted to read that to you. I know that was a bit long, but I want to read that to you so you guys know I'm not trying to cause hostility or call out your town or make you feel bad about possibly being in a sundown town. I'm trying to bring this to light. If it isn't a sundown town, it isn't. And we can just say, hey, that's not a sundown town, but this one might be. And, we can still have that discussion. So with that being said, I wrote down all your comments of what was and what isn't a sundown town. Texas really came for me. It's all good. I'm, again, not trying to make anyone feel hostile about their town. I'm glad you guys are proud of where you grew up. I just want to make sure that we're making sure everyone can be safe, especially with all this craziness going on, okay? So I wrote a not sundown town list and a sundown town list. So not a sundown town, Grass Valley, California. It's not a sundown town. That's what people say. River Oaks, Texas, because I was getting mixed comments about that. I was also getting mixed comments about Irving, Texas. Some said it was, some said it wasn't. But they said for Irving, Texas, it might be near Little Elm, Texas, which people say they don't feel safe driving there. So avoid Little Elm, Texas for sure. Ed Couch, Texas. Ed Couch, Texas. Killeen, Texas, also another questionable one. I forgot what PB means. Oh, because it's predominantly black. But there was someone else that said they did not feel safe driving through Killeen, Texas. So I don't know. Little Jackson, Texas. Hereford, Texas. Gray County, Texas. Glen Rose, Texas, another one where it's like, I think it's mostly Hispanic population in that one, but again, I don't know. Some say it is, some say it isn't. Where we at? Everyman, Texas, Goldwaith, Texas, Jacinto, Texas, which they said again is another predominantly Hispanic neighborhood, but some people said they weren't safe. Brownsville, Texas, Alamo, Texas, and Donna, Texas. So, yeah, Jacinto, Texas has a question mark. Keeling, Texas has a question mark. Irving, Texas has a question mark. And River Oaks, Texas has a question mark. So if you want to clarify those in the comments, appreciate it. Okay, I know this is a long video. I'm almost done. So the ones that are sundown towns that people have confirmed or have added on, Sati, California, which people joke around and call it Clanty. So that tells you that right there. Vidor, Texas, which was on my list, but people wanted to make sure that it was clarified that that is definitely a sundown town. So Vidor, Texas, if there's nothing else you avoid in Texas, it's Vidor, Texas, okay? Little Elm, Texas, which I said in the other videos, next to Irving, Texas, and Bourne, Texas, okay? I don't know about Bourne, Texas, but they said Bourne, Texas, they did not feel safe going through there either. All right, so that's my recap video. I'm going to come out with another Sundown Town video in a few. I just wanted to make sure I clarify myself, let you know I'm not trying to come from a hostile place, just want to make sure everyone stays safe. So if you have another sundown town that I should have added to that list, or you heard one town, you're like, that's definitely not, or that definitely is, leave it in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.